Hello, and welcome to the European Commission Midday Briefing. My name is Margaritis Funkyboogaloo-Smythe. A few notes and clarifications before we get this party started. I can confirm news reports from yesterday that the Commission has banned staff from using whatever TikTok is. This is down to several factors, including suspected Chinese surveillance and a rather unfortunate dancing video involving Thierry Breton. Now, as you all know, Mrs. von der Leyen's pet pony, Dolly, was horrifically and senselessly killed by a wolf. But it is completely false to suggest that this terrible, violent act has in any way affected the work of this commission. Now, a quick look at Mrs. von der Leyen's agenda for next week. Monday, meeting with the Federation of Associations for Hunting and Conservation. Tuesday, phone call with German authorities on a kill list for dangerous predators. Wednesday, phone call with American TV network CNN on the potential firing of news anchor Wolf Blitzer. Thursday, phone call with the English Premier League on a possible points deduction for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And Friday, Commission away day in the Ardennes. For target practice. Now, Mrs. von der Leyen was delighted to be invited by MEPs to discuss the alleged communication she had with the boss of Pfizer in the run-up to securing a multi-billion euro vaccines contract with Pfizer. She is, of course, thrilled to be helping the European Parliament maintain its reputation for transparency and openness by holding these talks behind closed doors with the Conference of Presidents. For those of you unfamiliar with the Conference of Presidents, the minutes of its meetings are circulated in the following places. Right, now it's time for questions. Yes. The Commission was, of course, delighted that Ukrainian President Zelenskyy was able to travel to Brussels for talks with Mrs. von der Leyen and her top team, and also a meeting at the European Council or something. And that meeting, of course, followed the Commission's own trip to Kyiv. I think we can all agree, what better way to help the embattled people of Ukraine than by having President Zelenskyy take endless selfies with some of the more obscure members of the EU's executive branch. Next question. Qatargate. Every single day you journalists ask about this. Look, the Commission's view is clear. Some institutions are large and extremely powerful, and in such large and powerful establishments, one or two bad apples can cause a great deal of problems, but they are in no way reflective of the institution as a whole. Sorry, that's the Commission I'm talking about. Obviously, that isn't the case with the European Parliament, which has no power whatsoever. And every MEP, assistant, office worker, and cleaner is massively corrupt. At least the European Economic and Social Committee knows that it's pointless. That is, was, and will remain the official position of the European Commission. And now, heaven help us, a little bit of fun to finish the proceedings. As you are well aware, the Commission is always at the cutting edge when it comes to technological advancements. So we at the spokesperson service have used gupt ChatGPT, to write the final section of the Midday Briefing today as part of our experiments with AI. Sorry, AI. Here's what it came up with. The European Commission is extremely concerned about the use of chatbots to write its daily briefing notes. Well, that's pretty good. Right, that's all from me. Thank you.